Open to whatever this day may bring. Open to see it is all a blessing. Open to lay aside all expectations or judgments or doubts or hesitations. Open to let go. Open not to know.
Because everything is showing you the presence of God, showing you the harmony and the love and the care. And the human being doesn't grow unless they grow inside. A human being doesn't grow unless they grow inside, until they grow in awareness of the Supreme, of the Infinite, and of the love of the Infinite, and so on. You don't grow. You just grow old. You don't grow. You don't grow in. You don't grow young. You don't grow fresh. You know. And so this is an example like that. Like I say, something happened. You don't immediately start to think the worst. You know. You just say, okay, now is another chance to see God's, presence and love and the harmony. Because you'll always perceive, when I say that you perceive what you conceive. You understand?
Yes.
If you conceive that you are in a difficult situation, that's what you will experience. But if you perceive that, my God, look where we stop. Look where we stop. Look how many people come to our help. Look how this person come and stop. I said to this man who came, when he came out, and he was on the phone, I said, he looks like a serious chap, but he's going to be smiling in a minute. And then he's also very happy. I think I see you before, and I see all of this. That's what you should take away with you, so that you don't regret. You have no. The more difficulties appear in your life, the more you feel grateful, and then if you feel grateful when there's difficulties vanish from your life. You have transcended. So, how can you regret something like that? You cannot.
And amazing how that Mooji immediately, like after 3 words that he spoke to you, he already showed, at least to me, his spiritual side.
Yeah.
He said he said things like, for example, I always take the good things from the any situation. He also said that's why I don't have any friends. And then he said, if I need to tell something personal, I rather tell someone who don't know me, because they won't judge, because friends will judge. And it's like, I don't know if he would speak like this to anybody. So immediately that's what he put, like that's how his words
The
were.
Spirit feels that there's space for you to say that, to speak like that. So when you're in the right company, somehow, without even knowing, you see, when you're in the presence of the divine, you don't need any background. You don't need to know, oh, is this a nice person? It just automatically, your spirit is conversing and communing. It's like, well, I would say even more communing. You see? So even before you speak, you're engaged. Something is reciprocating, responding to something. And this is what I want to get across to people, that don't learn these things just in your mind, because your life is demonstrating this. Your life is showing these things. And if you don't listen to them, you develop cynicism and sort of a lot of resistance, a lot of doubts in your life, because your life is not being nourished and nurtured internally. You're only being nourished externally. You only care for your external form. But the richness of the being, you have denied it, because you're not available, And also, someone who denies the presence of the Supreme, you're dead. You are just dead, So when somebody said there's no God, they're dead. They just kill themselves. You don't understand. I want to say to them, what do you think God is? Or like you have no idea, it is just, while you're a living being, you're in a soup of divinity, and if you don't understand, if your eyes and your senses and your mind don't perceive the subtleties of the kingdom, then you're not really alive at all. You're just biologically alive. You're not alive in the spirit at all. So this is why I can say this, and then also I can speak from the absolute perspective also, beyond display of love and what you may say, compassion and grace and so on, is the supreme. And I call this God also. My own self is that this is God, the highest, in the highest expression of life, of what is. I call this also God. You see, and myself is the same thing. It's the same. So this is what people are really called to when you come to satsang. You cannot just be, if you don't believe in God, then you have a very dry spirituality in your mind. You may acknowledge Advaita, but you have no life. It's like a body without warm blood. So the spirit gives the human life the warmth of, in the dynamic life, the warmth, the grace, the joy, the appreciation, the gratitude, all of this which makes life a very rich experience. Otherwise, why are you here? You must know both the dynamic God and the absolute God. You see? I'm here to point to both the dynamic God and the absolute God. You see? Because it is like two aspects of one totality, and we miss it, So instead of complaining about situations like that, you think, oh, look, the Lord is teaching you something else, to opening up show you something, like this. So what a wonderful thing. And even supposing it happened in a way that you miss your flight, you have to say thank you, because your eyes are greater than mine. You know why I should miss this flight, and I am here. So thank you for this. Don't complain, So we are destined to meet these people today, somehow, at whatever level. Say hello to them, meet them, and also to have this satsang in ourselves as well too. A living satsang, not just a satsang, but a living satsang, an experience. And
But there is a feeling inside that I am fighting for God, but there is another force also inside.
when you say fighting for God, what do you mean by that?
I choose the truth, and I choose what feels right in the heart, in the sense, what feels truthful in the heart.
The highest thing a human being can do is to get rid of themselves. It's the highest. Because he said, I pray to God, please, to help me and help me to be more strong, help me to be more kind. I said, have you tried to pray to God to ask him to get rid of you? Because this is the best one. Because while there's a you to feel strong, he says, I say, God does answer you, but you don't have the ears to hear. You see? How will you hear God's prayer if you're not sensitive enough? If you're still a person, then you're listening like a person listens, and a person cannot hear God. So you have to best, you say, I give myself up. Please help me to be free of me. Because that much wisdom, you have to have a little bit, no? You start with, please help me this, give me that. And after you say, you know what? Everything you give me, I spoil it. So it's not the thing is bad, it's I am bad. So get rid of me. So that there's only you. And when there's only you, I find that it's me also. This is what you find. But the people that don't understand this thing, they hold on to the self, to their person, because their person is something that can ask God for something and get God something from God and still be you and God. In fact, this is what Papaji said to me, You want to find God and you want to be you. So you must disappear. And then all your prayers are answered, He didn't say that, but I'm saying now, if you get rid of you, all your prayers are answered. You understand? Because you won't want anything. You'll be so satisfied. You don't want to. You don't want anything. And because you never know when you are clean enough. So what a beautiful day. Auspicious day.
Very auspicious.
But every day is like that. You know, they say every day is like that. If a day comprises events, the events is only to demonstrate the power and the presence of God. If the day really is no event, then already you're in harmony with the God. You see? Because some people, the day has to have events. But some people, they don't need event. There's no events. If you know the truth, there's not really any event.
Open